guys. So what I wanted to do was share this story with you, and I just kind of wanted to show you an example of how overly dramatized this whole Omicron thing is, especially here in the Bay Area. I don't know how it is in your particular location where you live. For me, it's just, it's every day. If it's not the vaccine, it's the masks, and it's just the whole thing, and it just never ends. And remember, everything we know about Omicron, trust me, they're blowing it way out of proportion, and they admit it's just nothing big to it, mild symptoms and stuff like that. So let me share this story with you, and it'll kind of show you exactly what I'm talking about. Check this out.
KPIX 5's Dawn Lynn is in Berkeley this evening with how the strain made its way here and what it means for you.
I talked to a woman who says she knows the infected people. She says they feel sorry and bad about what happened because they did not wear a mask at the indoor event.
Why would you feel bad about that? Why would you apologize for that? You know what I mean? That's stupid. First off, that's just absolutely, it's just ridiculous on the face of it all. I mean, I wouldn't apologize for being sick. I'm sick. You know what I mean? And if you get sick, well, guess what? You got sick. Influenza. I had the flu, and then you were around me, you got the flu. I'm not going to apologize for it. Sorry I got sick. Maybe you should have you already knew I had the flu. Why didn't you stay on the other side of the room? Why'd you give me a hug? Why'd you shake my hand? It's the same thing, It's nothing big. But I digress.
She says her infected friends are doing okay and recovering from mild symptoms.
Oh.
A joyous occasion turned into a super spreader event. Health officials say the wedding took place in Wisconsin last.
That's crazy. A super spreader event. That's crazy. Everybody's, what did they just say? What does it say right here? Recovering from mild symptoms. A joyous occasion turned into a super spreader event.
Saturday, 12 East Bay residents came back infected, 5 of them with the Omicron variant. 1 of them had returned from international travel before attending the wedding. Health officials report 1 is a Berkeley resident and 11 live in Alameda County. All of them vaccinated.
Oh, great.
Most of them.
Great. They're all around me. All the sickies. Thank you. All because they didn't wear their mask. You see.
Got the booster, and none of them hospitalized.
The vaccines are.
What did he say? Let's repeat that again. Let's repeat that again. Just give me 1 second.
Most of them got the booster, and none of them hospitalized. Live in Alameda County. All of them vaccinated. Most of them got the booster, and none of them hospitalized.
So, these people already had the vaccination. They already had the boosters. They show mild symptoms. Nobody's in the hospital. They're just sitting at home probably for a couple days, getting over it. Got it. But we're still going to talk about it. They don't talk about, let's talk about, AIDS. Let's talk about cancer. Let's talk about, Joe Biden said he was going to cure cancer, right? Still waiting to hear about that. Never heard anything about curing cancer. Nah. Just, it's all about this. They're focusing on this fake pandemic. That something is no deadlier than the common cold. As far as I see it. I'm not a doctor, so don't hold me to that, okay? I know some of you can get a little butthurt about that kind of shit, so.
The vaccines are doing what they're intended to do, which is to prevent severe illness, hospitalization, and death. We know that they are imperfect.
Dr. Arthur Reingold is the division chair of epidemiology at UC Berkeley. He says they don't know if Omicron is more transmissible or make people sicker. Researchers need more time and data, but he predicts more holiday gatherings will likely lead to bad outcomes.
Unfortunately, we're going to see.
So what's the bad outcome? People got case numbers. That's the bad outcome. I thought it was a good outcome if nobody is hospitalized. I thought that was the best outcome. That's what we got. This is nothing. This is a seasonal thing. You know, influenza, we always call it just the flu. Influenza, I heard, and I could, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it originated from the much deadlier Spanish flu. Today we still live with the influenza. It's a derivative from the Spanish flu from what was it? I forget the date. The 19s, 1910, 1920, somewhere around there. Right? Every year, people get their flu shots. Life goes on. No, not with this. This is no different than that. Probably far less worse. A lot of people have died from the influenza. This is just hype. This is the kind of shit they continuously put in the morning news in my area. Probably throughout the country. It's fear-mongering as far as I'm concerned. You know, why can't they just say, hey, you know, it's mild symptoms, you know, just take your shot. Life goes on. But they won't stop. They just got to keep going on with the case numbers over and over, you know, like, you know, big outbreak of case numbers. Yeah, okay. So is the influenza. Chickenpox is still out there. I think, you know, everything's still out there. But no, this is the horror show. This is what they want to continuously feed into your head. I'm sorry I didn't wear my mask. What is that?
Fair bit of COVID this winter. Hospitals are going to be stretched thin, and it's going to.
How are the hospitals going to be stretched thin if everybody's receiving, you know, mild symptoms? I mean, so far since this whole thing broke out, what, a week ago? That's all I've been hearing. It's just mild symptoms. Even the person down in South Africa, the lady who actually came across this variant, she even says just mild case symptoms, nothing to panic. But it's the countries like the UK, Australia, that's a whole nother thing. The US, Canada, all of them. Some of those European nations, they're all in freak mode. Germany, freak mode over this whole thing. There's nothing to it. This is how it's going to go. I mean, they even said that, you know, the virus will probably become more contagious, but yet less deadlier. So less chance of hospitalizations. You know, the information's out there. Just Google it.
Create problems now of the same magnitude as last winter? I certainly hope not.
These three vaccinated friends enjoying an outdoor meal say Omicron won't change their holiday plans, partly because they already paid for their flights.
I will be going to visit my mom in Florida.
Pop your collar.
And, you know, she's older, so it's I can't skip 2 years in a row.
I plan to get tested once I get back and plan to quarantine if I have to for a few days until my test results come back. And I plan to double mask even in Florida, even if I'm the only person.
You're going to go to Florida. Florida has the best case, the lowest case rate of all this. They're wide open. She's going to be the only one on the whole. She's going to be the only one in Florida with 2 masks on. No doubt. They're going to see somebody with 2 masks on in Florida. They're going to say, oh, yeah, you're from California. No doubt. California, Oregon, Washington. You? Yeah. Double masker? Yeah, you're from California. No doubt.
We should find out by early next week if the remaining 7 infected people have the Omicron variant. In Berkeley, I'm Don Lynn, KPIX 5.
Yeah, I'm just telling you, it's overly hyped. This is what goes on in my morning news, my evening news. Vaccines, case rate numbers, mask up, double mask. It never ends. 2 years later, and it never ends. It probably won't stop until jackasses in Sacramento are voted out, because they're pretty much orchestrating this thing with local media. It's obvious, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of want to share that with you. So tell me what you think. Put it in the comment section below. Talk to you later. Peace.